तौ सन्तोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. So, so whatever the result we are hearing, whatever the result of one time worship of the Lord we are hearing, that will be as it is. What is the condition? When it will be as it is? When there are no offenses, previous offenses, and also present offenses. So, like for example, we heard, if you take one time holy name, it is going to destroy all the sins in past, and whatever sins are happening in the present, and whatever sins we are going to do in future. These will be destroyed by one time holy name, by just taking one time holy name. This is the one result we heard from the Shastra. This will be true. This will be as it is. This result will be as it is when there are no offenses. That means in the that person whoever is taking that holy name, he should not have any previous offenses or also not present offenses. So, arvachina prachina aparadani nasya tada bhavishyati. Okay. Before that, actually, we discussed one more point also in the last class. The fifth result of offenses is the getting the pride out of performance of the bhakti and so on. So why this pride is coming? This pride is nothing but this is due to, so this pride whatever is coming is due to aparadha. By performance of the bhakti, if pride comes, that is due to offense. How can you say this? That is due to offense. How can you say this? What is the logic? How is Ujjwal Prabhu's health? Is okay? Hmm. Pride. Pride from performance of bhakti is due to offenses. How can you say this? Tell me. How? When can you say? Offending Vaishnavas is due to previous offenses, which were committed towards Vaishnavas. This is a rule. Since is represented in this way. This statement is there. This is a statement. Since this. What is the link between these two? This is a science. Anyone committing offense towards the Vaishnavas, that is due to what? Previous offenses which were committed towards Vaishnavas. Example is Daksha. So in the when he was Pracheta, that means son of Prachetas, at that time he committed offense. So committed offense to Narada. Daksha committed offenses to Narada. So how this offense took birth? How this offense took birth? What is the cause for the birth of that? Is his Daksha's offense. Daksha's previous offense towards Shiva. So that's why this point is substantiated by this example. And now this is the hetu, this is the cause to say this statement. Pride from performance of bhakti is due to offenses. So simply you can understand this. What is the connection? Pride from the performance of bhakti is nothing but. So due to that, what he will be doing? He will be pride. What is the symptom of pride from the performance of bhakti? He will be committing offenses. Towards Vaishnavas. So okay, now when anyone commit offenses towards Vaishnavas, that is due to his previous offenses towards the Vaishnavas. So that's why you can say that pride from the performance of bhakti is due to offenses. Okay? Clear or not?
Then what is the definition of pride here? Because here you are saying that Prabhu, due to previous offense, this life also he will do another offense. Another offense he will do. But basically, we know pride is he will feel that I did so much. These are not actual offense to anyone.
That's symptom automatically after getting pride. So pride is a symptom of. So what is the outcome of you getting the pride? That will be immediately he will be committing the. He pride means what? I am doing best. He is not. Automatically it happens naturally.
But actually, if somebody
I am best means. Means how you can say otherwise? Pride is a relative word actually. You're understanding? You go inside the feeling of pride and feel you are feeling pride of. That means in the sitting in this class, that means nobody got, I got this opportunity. This is a pride. Pride is a word which needs the comparison actually.
Suppose one is doing very good sadhana, so then he is thinking that I am doing very good sadhana. So he is offending to whom? All of them, or whom? Specifically to whom? Who will
Whoever
take?
is whoever is in his, like in his, yeah, yes, yes. All or otherwise he might be. Except these two, I am better than all of these. Yeah. Yeah, Rukmini Mohan bro. That depends upon your pride.
Hi Krishna.
Hi. Yes, bro.
Like we see in general progression in Madhur Kadamni, Utsamai has a factor of pride that the person is thinking that I am the best. And in Tarangrangni also he has a factor of pride.
Yeah.
So those two prides and the pride we are discussing here, so I'm not able to distinguish these things. Like one is a natural part of progression in different stages. That's a kind of like the sadhaka has to be careful, but that's a kind of natural thing which comes in that stage, Anuccheda Bhajan Kriya.
In the Bhajani Kriya, Tarangarangani comes actually. So at that time he will be feeling. Those are all actually that will taking him down only. So those are all not good symptoms actually. So then after that, if he get pride, then what will happen? That will step down the bhajana actually. That will decrease the bhajan. So that's why he has to become stable actually in that. He should destroy those anarthas, and then he should become so continuously doing japa. Then anardhinavritti happens. So that's why there also that pride is not is coming actually in the process of the. That is a more elaboration actually he is doing there with Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So that's definitely there. So same way you can consider that is on here also same way. This is here he is not explaining any stages, sir, but this is a possibility there. Simple philosophy is there also you should consider that pride why he is getting. So okay, go. Okay. Next, Daksha. So is the example actually. This we discussed. So on the last class, I didn't clarify this thing actually. That's a pride from performance of bhakti is due to offenses. How can you say this? So that is the reason is this. This is the point today I clarified. So next point is one time worship. If you worship one time, So you will be getting this some so and so result. This result is one time worshipping and leading to the some result. This we heard from the Shastras. And this will be as it is you can get when there are no offenses. So this result will be coming when there are no offenses. This is over. Actually, we have to go further actually. So tadevam yat sakrita bhajanadina phalodehi uktaha tad yathavadeva yadi prachina arvachina va aparado nasyat. Marane tu sada sarvada sakrudeva yatha kadanchidapi bhajanam apekshate तत्र ही तस्यैव सकृत भगवन् नाम ग्रहणादिकं जायते यस्य वा अत्र वा यस्य पूर्वत्र वा अत्र वा जन्मनि सिद्धेन भगवराराधिना तदानीं स्वीय प्रभावं प्रकटयता अनन्तरमेव भगवत् साक्षात्कारो भाव्यते. This also we discussed just in the case of just I am quickly going into this. So we heard that at the time of death, someone that means everyone expected to take the holy name of the Lord. This is expected, but this will happen in that person's life only who who destroyed, that means who became successful in his bhakti, or otherwise whose bhakti is successful. Who will take one time, that means everyone is expected at the time of death to take the holy name, So this is expected. This will happen in whose case? In those people's case only it is happening whose bhakti is successful. Whose bhakti is successful means what it mean? So there were no offenses, and yeah, so then in that case only you can say his bhakti is successful, whatever worship he did in the previously. Then that kind of, and at that time what will happen? So at the time of death, that means who did some bhakti and not having the offenses in his life, that means he destroyed all the offenses, and he is now he is now with zero offenses. He should be with the zero offenses at the time of death. Then what will happen? That bhakti whatever he performed, so that is manifesting her glory. That bhakti is manifesting her glory, and he is able to remember Krishna at the time of death. And also he will be getting the sakshatkara of the Lord's sakshatkara also he will get. Okay, that means what is a lesson we are learning from here? By the time so we get death, we should be with the zero offenses. For that, what we should do? We should do attentive. What we should do, Megvarna? Attentive, not simply sadhana. If you do japa with sleeping and without attention, then what will happen? It is also offense. You are simply creating the offenses on the name of japa. So that's why instead of increasing your balance, you have already previously offenses. Definitely there is no doubt, because you are not getting any spontaneous taste. Okay, yes or no? Tell me. So then you have to reduce those offenses by attentive chanting, but not doing the attentive chanting, and you are doing inattentive chanting, and you are simply increasing the more and more offenses, adding to that previous account. So you should reduce the offense quota, but you are not reducing. It's not good actually. Okay, tomorrow onwards you should do attentive japa. Yes. Tell yes or no. So by that time, what should happen? By the end of the death, it should be 0 offenses. You should be with 0 offenses. Then only you are able to remember the Ante Narayana Smriti. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamaiveti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. Iti Sri Gitopanishadbhyah tatah aparadha bhavat tat kshayardham na tatra avrityapeksha. So then what will happen? And what this is the thing that is going to happen. Let us take for suppose. So you take a X person, that is Ajamil only. He was not having any previous offenses in his life. Otherwise, X person, consider X person, he was not at all having any previous offenses in his life. So now somehow or other, by the association of the sadhus, by that he was able to take one time he uttered holy name. That is Narayana or something. Okay. He uttered one time holy name. Then after that, he didn't do any bhakti. In some certain point of his lifespan, he uttered this holy name. But somehow it happened. And he didn't do any bhakti, or he didn't do any future offenses. Then what will happen? At the time of death, what will happen? This one time holy name is going to manifest its result, and it will make him to remember, chant, or at least chant the Narayana. And then Narayana will come. That's one time holy name is enough. If you have offenses, then repetition of holy name is necessary. This is a science. This is a bhakti science.
Prabhuji, can it happen like person is having no offenses and he also didn't remember the name of Narayana?
But it will not. Because this one time somehow you took this name. Even it is Nama Bhasa, no problem. He will be remembering. He will be remembering. He will be, such an opportunity is created. Because he will, at the time of death, what is happening? He is in the pity condition, Dina Sthiti. He is in a miserable condition, in a helpless condition. At that time, Lord is showing his mercy, and he is making him to remember or to take the holy name at the time of death. This is the influence of bhakti, the power of the bhakti.
And can one be offenseless without bhakti, Prabhu?
Huh?
Can one be having no offenses without bhakti?
It may be. It can be. It can be.
He'll go to Brahmjyoti then, if he will not remember the name of Krishna.
No, why he will go to Brahmajyoti? No.
He is having no offense.
No offense. No offense, and is not doing the
Bhakti.
Not doing the bhakti, then he will be given opportunity to him good life he will be getting, and once again he will be continued. He will not go to Brahmajyoti. To go to Brahmajyoti, he needs adhikara actually. He should be a gnani. Yeah, Mahasya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I am not sure this point might be discussed, but I don't know, so I'm asking maybe. So, Prabhuji, this attentive chanting, japa, is it mainly for the prescribed rounds, what we are doing? Because in Chaitanya it also mentioned, na khaite suite, like while eating and sleeping also you chant holy.
Prabhu, can you speak bit low volume, and because I'm not blurring actually, just little voice is.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I was asking this attentive chanting. So is it only for the prescribed round? Maybe some devotee is doing 16 or some maybe doing 20.
Acha. Okay.
Because khaite suite, like Chaitanya Charitamrita also mentioned. While eating, sleeping, also you chant.
So attentive chanting means whether we should only for apply for the prescribed rounds or otherwise other times also. Yeah, it's you can see like this. It's simply, yeah. We do attentive chanting, definitely prescribed rounds should be attentive, and also gradually we should bring back. So when we are doing the other karmas, so our consciousness is having the attraction towards the other karma and so on. So we are slowly bringing that towards the Krishna, and we try to come to the stage of doing the japa for 24 hours, which should happen internally. That should happen actually. That can be possible also. Prabhupada also said, and it is. So towards that we are traveling. So this is, so it's a part of the progressive sadhana only. So here you should see like this actually. If you don't do that chanting, so then the whole consciousness will be engrossed in that material activity. Now at least you are trying to turn that towards the Krishna by somehow or other chanting. In that way, so if you see what is your intention, you are carelessly, willingly, carelessly you are doing, that is the intention, or otherwise. So see, the bhava is very important here. The offense, when it is offense, you are so becoming inattentive. You have chance to become attentive, and you are not becoming the attentive. That is example, you sat for the 16 rounds. That is the time you allotted for that. Then you should be attentive at that time, because you have given that time for the japa only specifically. And but other time you have given for the your other work. But in that you are trying to put something and trying to do, then it is a good naturally. And you are trying to make your consciousness, then you cannot say it is offense. You should not say that is offense, because that is actually meant for the some other thing, but you are trying to at least doing extra, that's good actually. But yeah, but if this is the time you have given for the japa, now you are sitting for the doing your japa round, and now you are not able to do that, not doing that, but you are meant for that but not doing, then it is offense. You are neglecting, that means. But there you are not neglecting, you are doing your activity, but you are trying to so become more and more Krishna consciousness. It's not neglecting, it is not said as neglecting. Yeah. Yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajityante. So that's why who is going to remember Krishna? Who nullified his offenses and had the bhakti in his previous, in the before the death. So then only he can. So next, na tatha kruta tannama shravanadi namapi yamadhutanam yathaha athapi me durbhagasya vibudhottama darshane bhavyam mangalena yena atma me prasidati purva mangalena mahata punyena iti tika. So me durbhagasya vibudhottama darshane. So Ajamil is saying, he is saying that I am so sinful person. Atha api me durbhagasya. Durbhagasya means I am a weak person. So, but I got the darshan of the Vishnu Dutas. So that means he is saying, bhavitavya mangalena yena atma prasidati. So before life, before in his previous life, he is also saying, I might have some kind of good sukruti. So because of this, he got the darshan of the Vishnu Dutas. Okay. That is nothing but his previous Purva Mangalena, Purvena Mangalena. So Mangalena, so that means Purvena Mangalena Mahata Punyena iti tika cha. Bhavitavyam Mangalena yena atma prasidati. Purva Mangala means yes. Why Ajamila is able to see the Vishnudutas at the time of Lord? Because he chanted the holy name. Why he is able to chant? Because he was not having the offenses. So not having offenses, and he chanted the one time, that means holy name. So before means at the time of name giving ceremony, like that. Next 160, if we come this anuccheda, Vetirekena aha. Anyatha mriyamanasya nanu shucher vrishilapate vaikunta namagrahanam jihva vaktumiharhati. Anyatha mriyamanasya na ashuchehe vrishilipatehe vaikunta namagrahanam jihva vaktum iharhati. It is said in the negative way. So what is the meaning of this? If I don't have any bhakti sukruti previously, Vrishalipatehe means he is the husband of, say, a prostitute. So that is only meaning. That means who is having attraction for a prostitute. And I was like that. So Jihva navaktum iha arhati. How my tongue is able to chant Narayana's name at the time of death? Mirimanasya. How? Because I was having, if I was not having any bhakti sukruti previously, I couldn't have done this. So that is the thing. That means ultimately this is establishing. So he is able to remember the Lord at the time of death because of his previous bhakti sukruti. That is, there is no avrutti in his life. He didn't sit for the japa and doing the sadhana and nothing we have seen. Only one time he chanted, and after that also he might be calling sometimes his son. But that is only the abhasa. That's not directly devotion. So, but what is the main thing? He doesn't have any offenses. That's why that abhasa bhakti was sufficient to make him to remember Krishna, as to make his tongue to take the Narayana name at the time of death. Okay, this is over 160 and 161 anucheda. Yattu Sri Bharatasya Mrugashariram Tejitaha Namani Gruhitvapi Sarirantara Praptihi Tatrapi Sakshat Bhagavat Praptireva Tadrishanam Hrudi Sada Avirbhavat. Now, okay, at the time of death, they will be remembering the Krishna, Ante Narayana Smriti. If they remember the Narayana, then what will happen? They will be going to Narayana. So, but because yam vapi smaran bhavam tejichyante kalevaram tam tameva eti. Eva eti means, what is the meaning of eti? Attains. They attain what? Tam bhavam. That means those, that bhava only. So now the question is, Bharata Maharaj, in the form of, when he was in the body of deer, at that time also that deer, in the deer body, he was chanting the, why this is not going. Pani, I think. ये भी दे दीजिए. हाँ, ये थोड़ा बेटर है, थोड़ा सा. So Bharat Maharaj, when he was in the deer body, he was remembering at the time of death, he was remembering Krishna. He was remembering Krishna. Why he didn't go to Krishna at that time itself? Why he took once again birth of Jadabharata? What is the Siddhanta? Yam yam vapi. Whatever that means bhava they are having at the time of death, they will attain that. But he became once again Jadabharata. He got the human body. He didn't go back to home, back to Godhead. Huh? Okay, Mike. Give Mike. Tell.
But means he was in the body of deer, that's why he didn't know.
He was in the body of
Deer.
deer. And at the time he remembered Krishna. So why he didn't go back to Godhead? That is the question I am asking. Tell me. Nayan Manjir Mataji, tell me.
Because he still had offenses in his heart, Prabhu.
Because
He was not free.
But if he's having offenses, then how he is remembering? We already said you are caught by this logic. If you have offenses, you will not remember.
And then it was because Krishna wanted that. Krishna wanted him to make him longing more. I don't know.
Okay, Archana Bhakti Mataji, tell. Even if you do a lot of bhakti, but if you have offenses, you cannot remember at the time of death, Lord. That's not possible. You did a lot of sadhana and also you have a lot of offenses, then you cannot remember. It's not possible. It's impossible. You cannot remember, or you cannot take even holy name. You cannot hear, you cannot chant, you cannot remember, you cannot do any kind of bhakti. That's absolutely, that is a science actually. Yeah. So then why he didn't go back to God? Then what is the answer he said there? Okay. Anyone wants to try? Mata, you want to try? Okay.
Prabhuji, because you need the human form of body is most congenial for performing devotional service.
But philosophy is he should not get human body, na? He should get the Devata body, the Parshada Deha. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejityante kalevaram tam tamai veti sada tad bhava bhavita. Radharani Mataji, yes. Tell me, Mataji. What is your answer?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it audible?
Yes, yes, please.
Dhanavad Pranam.
Pranam Mataji, yes.
Prabhuji, he got perfection, then wherever he is, that is the.
Yes. Yes.
He got perfection. He saw the Lord. Then is it in spiritual world or material world the same?
You have to say, yes. You have to say that even he is in the Jadabharata body, but he is remembering, he is in the all the time in the, he is always in Krishna consciousness. All the time. That means you see here, the word is used here. Tadrishanam hrudi sada avirbhavat. That means he should get, actually in the deer body itself, he should get the Bhagavad Sakshatkara. That means he should get the darshan of the Lord. and he should go out he should go back to the Godhead and always get the Lord's service and Lord's darshan and everything. So, but even he is in the Jadavarta body. So, of course, but he is what? Jadavarta's consciousness, in that chapter. So, what is said? So, Tatrapi Sakshat Bhagavat Praptireva Tadrishanam Hrudi Sada Avirbhava. That means Krishna is direct, not Paramatma. Krishna is directly always. So he is in the present, he is present in his heart of the Bharata Maharaj, and always he is giving the darshan to his internal senses. He is always, Jadabharata is always in the Krishna consciousness. So that's it is equal to the staying in the Goloka, like going back to Godhead. So that is the understanding we should get. Okay. People should not catch. So that means when you are teaching the Yam Bhava, Swaran Bhava, they will bring up this example, Deer example. Deer was remembering the Lord in the time of death, but he didn't go back to Godhead. Once again, he got the human form of life. What is this? So this is becoming false. Yam Bhava, Swaran Bhava. No. So this is the answer actually. Okay, understood? May Varan Prabhu? Okay, last one. So we should not think that Yam Bhava Swaran Bhava is becoming is failed in the case of Deer Bharata Maharaj when he was in the deer body. You should not say it is failed. So why even after leaving the deer body he got, of course, human body, that is Jadabharata Brahmana body, but still in that body also all the time Jadabharata was experiencing not seeing, experiencing the Lord. So it is equal to the, going back to God. That's right. Yeah, Archana Bhakti Madhu, yes. Yeah, he's seeing all the time and also is in. Yeah. Like, yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mataji.
So Prabhuji, Jadabharat's taking birth is like the Lord's eternal associate taking birth on the Lord's desire, something like that. Like for some purpose, he's taking birth because of the Lord's desire. It's not because of his own, karma or whatever.
No karma. You are not saying any karma here. So yeah, of course. This is, you can say like that. But only thing is this formula is not going away in actually. Yam Vapis Maran. That is the point.
Yeah.
That's the emphasis. We should put our emphasis on that. And in the case of Ajamil also, you see, in the case of Ajamil also, so when he took the name of Narayana, so that means when Yamadutas came, so at the time of his death, so then he was able to take the Narayana's name somehow or other because of his previous bhakti, whatever he did at the time of ceremony. And then after that, Vishnudutas came, but that means at the time of death, he took holy name, then he should not have this Purvadeha. He should go back then. But in his case, of course, he is in the Purvadeha, but he is always in the liberated stage. That means liberated stage means not the Gnani type of liberation, but he is always free from these modes and no karma is acting on him, and he is just doing the practicing the various sadhanas, various types of the bhakti angas. Okay. Just he's always in the devotional activities. It's not sadhana, you should not say it's sadhana, just he is involved, he is engaged in the devotion only, like how one is engaged in the different services in the spiritual world in the same way. So that's why it is said, Evam Ajamilasa Purva Sharira Avasthau Api Gneyam. That means it's a Sakshat Bhakti Prapti, Bhagavad Prapti only. Even in the case of Ajamil also, this state, even he is in the previous body, that means in the same body, but it is known as stage of attaining Lord. It's not less than that. Yeah.
Only remembering?
Well, not so many things, whatever he is taking, and he is always he is seeing the Lord in his heart, and he is, yeah, okay. Yeah, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu, yes, bro.
Really, like we saw in Ajamila's case, that after the interaction with the Vishnu Dutas, he went for sadhana. So that part, how can we understand that part? Was it required or not?
So that part actually, yeah. So we are saying that stage is also like, so stage of attaining, attain stage of Lord. That is also attain stage of Lord. Bhagavat Praptireva, that also. Because he is fully engaged in the devotional services. That's the point he is saying here. Sakshat Bhagavat Praptireva. Like how in the spiritual world, if you are in there, Bhagavat Prapti is there. So that kind of Bhagavat Prapti you can see after that. That's the point. Sakshat Bhagavat Praptireva.
Prabhu, in that verse, Yam Yam Mapi Smaran Bhavo. So there actually Bhavo, what is the meaning of that Bhavo? Actually, we say that you will attain in the same Bhava. So Bhava is, does it mean that same body? Because
Bhava means whatever consciousness. Bhava means consciousness. So if you are Krishna consciousness, you will be getting the Krishna. And if you are animal consciousness, like animals, they want to eat and mate, so that consciousness is there, then you'll be getting the animal body. So suitable to that bhava, you'll be getting the position. That is the thing. Tataha marana samaye, okay. Sakrut bhajanasya anantarameva krutardhatva prapane vyabhicharo na syad atayeva aha. So that's why finally, so there is no vyabhicharata. Vyabhicharata means what is vyabhicharata? So there are two elements are there, X and Y. You can say X is avyabhichari towards the Y. When can you say? When X follows all the time Y. Then only you can say X is avyabhichari towards the Y. X is not having any vyabhicharata towards the Y. Example is, Y place you take fire, in X place you take smoke. Smoke is avyabhichari towards the fire. How can you say? So without, that means X is always following the Y. X is never exist independently. So is it happening or not? Example is, so in place of X you take smoke and Y is fire. So who is avyabhichari? Smoke is avyabhichari towards fire. So smoke without fire, smoke can it exist? No. So that means all the time smoke is flowing, following, smoke is following fire. So that's why smoke is avyabhichari towards the fire. But fire is, can you say fire is avyabhichari towards the smoke? No. So without smoke also sometimes fire can exist. Example is, in which place? Like gas, LPG gas. So you'll be seeing the fire, but there is no smoke. So like that, many things. I golakam, many are there. So anyway, now what we are saying? So marana samaye sakrut bhajanasya anantarameva. So krutardhatva prapane vyabhicharo. You're always in the sleeping mode from morning. Marana samaye Sakriti bhajanasya anantarameva. So that means Ajamil did one time chanting at the time of Namakarana Samskara, name giving ceremony, and its result is what? So destroying all the sins. And that means what we are saying, if you krutibihi sadyo hrudyavrudyate krutibihi shushubhihi tat kshanat. So that means, or otherwise we are also hearing. So if you chant one time holy name, you will be immediately getting the Bhagavad Darshana. That means immediately means, so you will be getting definitely here. Tat kshanat means definitely you will be getting. So Lord's darshan. So if that is the case, if you do one time worship of the Lord, this is leading to get the it is resulting into attaining the Lord. So that is true. Yes, that is not going vain. Maybe it is little. It is seen in the case of Ajamil, also in others case. So to give its result, that one time worship, to give its result, we are seeing the some lapse of the time, but there is result is always following. That means a result here you should say in the place of X, result of one time worship, result of one time worship is always following one time worship. Result and one time worship. One time worship is the Y and its result is X. This X is always following the Y. But we are seeing, yeah. So here there is no Vebicharata. So the result of one time worship is not having any kind of Vebicharata. This is the point why we are bringing this. We should not say that. So Lord's, so that means we are hearing in the Shastra, if you do one time worship, you will be getting the so and so results. Those results are not Vebichari. They are not following their process. You cannot say like that. So they are always strictly following the process. So that is the point we want to mention, so that you cannot consider the glories of the holy name as Arthavada, exaggeration. This is the point actually. We should connect to there. It's not exaggeration. So definitely that is coming with the lapse of the some time might be taken, or also it is in the form of in another way. Ajamil took the one time holy name at the time of name giving ceremony. So one time holy name he took at the time of name giving ceremony. The result came. He was able to take the holy name, and after that, so he was also he also got the, so he also become fully Krishna consciousness. After that, even he is in that body. So that's why you should not say that the result of the one time worship is going vain or is not strictly following its process. Okay, this is the point actually. Tataha marana samaye sakrud bhajanasya anantarameva kritardatva praparane vibhicharo na syad atayeva aha. Therefore, marana samaya, at the time of death, sakrud bhajanasya, so worship of the one time, worship of the Lord for one time. So anantaram, later, kritartha praparane, getting the result after that later time. So vibhichara na syat, there is no vibhichara in this. It cannot be a vibhichara. That's why etavan sankhya yogabhyam swadharma parinishtaya janmalabha parah pumsam ante narayana smriti. So that's why it is said. What is the profit of the life? What is the benefit of the, what is the ultimate benefit of our life? What is that? Janma labha. Etavan eva janmanah labha phalam. It is the ultimate result of the life. What is that ultimate result of the life? Ante Narayana Smriti. So that's why you don't have any offenses. You have one time worship, you do it somehow or other, nama bhasa or the something, the direct devotion, whatever it may be. One time worship you happened. Then what is the benefit of this? Ante Narayana Smriti. If it is happening, then that means this worship is giving its result. You should not say that it became without result, vain. It is vain, you cannot say that. That's why Ante Narayana Smriti is glorified such a way. That is the highest result actually. That is coming. Yes, we showed already. On time worship, if you do, no offenses, definitely you'll remember the Lord. So that is the ultimate benefit. So you are getting that. Yes? Clear? Clear or not? एतावानेव सांख्य योगाभ्याम स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया जन्म लाभः परः पुंसाम अन्ते नारायण स्मृतिः. If you see the meaning of this sloka, so this is only the result of the life. What is that? Narayana Smritihi. So then it is explained. Sankhyaadibihi sadhyate iti tesham swatantriyena labhatvam varayati. Sankhyaadibihi sadhyate. So iti सांख्यादिभिः साध्यते इति तेषां स्वातंत्र्येण लाभत्वं वारयति. What it mean? Here one more point in this sloka. Sankhya, yoga and these things are there. They are not directly devotion. Sankhya, yoga. That means this profit of the life, janma labha. Profit of the life is attained. Sadhyate means is attained by the Sankhya and yoga. What it mean? What it mean? Here Krishna 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 goes Delhi by airplane. Okay. Here by aeroplane. Aeroplane can directly, it can work and is this is the karanam actually. Karanam. So is it directly taking that person Krishna to this? No, this example is not so. This is having needs one more. Okay, I will take one. Potter. Okay, Potter example is good. Potter makes a pot with wheel. So can you say wheel is an independent cause for production of the pot? Can we say wheel is the independent cause to production of the pot? No, because it needs water. Now, some X attains the janma labha by Sankhya and yoga. By Sankhya and yoga, you said, like by wheel, actually, by wheel. So potter makes a pot by wheel. Similarly, so by Sankhya and yoga, janma labha. You said then this means Sankhya and yoga are not independent. This is the point. Because karana, they are used in the Tritiya actually. Sankhya yoga abhyam. This is in the Tritiya. Tritiya Divachan. Yes. Dharma paranishtaya janma labha pura pumsam. So what is the meaning of that? So if you take the total sentence, so human beings' success of life is attained by the Sankhya and yoga. By the Sankhya and yoga means Sankhya and yoga, they are not directly caused. That means there is something is there. That means bhakti, you should understand like this then. Bhakti attains or bhakti gives profit of birth or life, janma labha, by the of a person, for a person, by the Sankhya and yoga. So here bhakti is the main element, and just they are in the assistants. They are only assisting instruments. So that's why they are not independent. This is a point we have to bring out here. Swatantriyena labhatvam varayati. Antye tu smritihi paraha labha. Antye smriti means paraha labha, ultimate benefit. Antye smriti means ultimate benefit. So na tanmahima vaktum shakyate ityartha. That means this is antya labha means, antya means final, labha means benefit. It means paraha labha, final result. So antye smriti means paraha labha, that is ultimate benefit. You cannot say what is that. That means na tan mahima vaktum shakyate. You cannot see what is there inside that. So it is very, very great, that labha, that profit. Okay, nama kaumudi karaihi cha antima pratyah abhyarihita ityuktam. That is a technical. 162. Atayev ajamilasya anyada api putropacharitam narayana nama gruhnatah. Atayeva ajamilasya anyada api putropacharitam krishna nama gruhnatah prayena cha aprayena cha yannama smaranan runam sadyo nashyati papaugho namastasmai chidatmane iti padme devadyuti smrityanusarena jara marana dashayamapi sakala kashmala nirasanani tava गुणकृत नामधेयानि इति पंचमोक्त गद्यस्थिता अपि शब्देन प्रथम नाम ग्रहणादेव क्षीण सर्वस्यापि मरणे यन्नाम ग्रहणम तत्प्रशंसा एव श्रूयते. Now here Srila Jiva Goswami is clarifying. I am always saying, so why Ajamila is able to take the holy name at the time of death? So what is the reason? Because take mic.
Because he chanted the holy name one time.
Uh,
Narayana and
when he chanted.
Namkaran Sanskar.
So that is the point he said actually. That's Putropacharitam Narayana Nama. That means to indicate, to call his son, this Narayana name is taken. And so that's why here Jiva Goswami, what he is saying, Ajamila took this, that means Vishnudutas came in his, at the time of death. Why they came at the time of death? Because he chanted the holy name at the time of death. So that means just to indicate his son only he called that Narayana name. But why he is able to call that? Why he is able to call that? That already I explained. Same thing here is once again. Prathama nama grahana deva kshina sarva papasya api marane yan nama grahanam tat prashamsa eva. That means what? Prathama nama grahanam. That means what? He took first time holy name. That is, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is clarifying at the time of name giving ceremony of that boy. And by that, when we Prathama Nama Grahana Deva Kshina Sarva Papasyapi. That means all his sins are finished. Marane Yan Nama Grahanam Tat Prashamsa Eva Triyate. Whatever the name is taken at the time of death, that is the Tat Prashamsa Eva. So that is due to the sins are, all the sins are so clean, and that's why it is taken. Okay.
Prabhuji, it is mentioned only for that Namakaran ceremony, but even after Namakaran ceremony also he was calling his name by the same name, calling his son by the same name. Then that have no effect of what? Because everywhere we mention only that because of that Namakaran ceremony.
That means, of course, after that also he might have taken so many times Narayana's name, Narayana. But so the eradication of this, all the sins happened by which name? That is the point we have to see. The eradication of all the sins happened by the first name itself. That is one name that it has already done. Then after that, whatever he is doing, that is adding bhakti. That's all. So that's why it is said in the Padma Purana. Prayena cha aprayena cha yan nama smaranat nrunam sadyah nashyati papaugah. So prayena aprayena cha. So somehow or other, prayena aprayena cha, somehow or other, prayena aprayena cha yan nama grahanam yan nama smaranat nrunam sadyo nashyati papaugah. That means sadyo nashyati. Then if you do the nama smarana or the nama smarana, not only smarana, but if you take the nama, immediately these sins will be destroyed. Then by what name his sins are destroyed? By the Prathama Nama Grahana Deva. It's not that the many people they say, who Ajamil took at the time of death, he took the holy name and that destroyed whatever sins he had, and after that he didn't do any sins, and then that's why Vishnudutas came and he took him. This philosophy is wrong. It's wrong. Then then people immediately will ask you a question. Hey, what happened before that? So he chanted, by that nothing happened. That means other name many times he could have taken. At the time, at least at the time of name giving ceremony, father definitely at that time definitely he will be calling. After that he may call Kuchu Muchu something, but at the time of the name giving ceremony he has to call that. That is the rule actually. Father should take the name, and with that name he will be calling his son. Then after that he called or not, we don't know. Instead of keeping Narayana, he might have kept another nickname. Who knows this? How can you say he chanted after that? We don't know actually. So, but at the time, one thing is sure is that Siddhanti, according to Shastra, at the time of name giving ceremony, he will take. He should take actually. That definitely will happen. So that's it. That is there. Then after that he chanted or not, we don't know. So if you say last name only, last name, he till last minute he was having the sins, and that time that name clean, then many breaks actually in the philosophy. Then it is leading to such a wrong philosophy. Oh, then everyone will say, then in my life also, I will be also like Ajamel, I will enjoy. And at the time of death, so I should also get this opportunity. Then you should give a reason then. If you say last name he is going to clean, then why he took that name at that time? Then what is the reason? You should show this philosophical reason then. Then if you say it's Lord's Krupa, then why Lord's Krupa is not on us? Then why he is having the Pakshapata? Then why he is not doing for everyone? Then big, that means all the philosophy will be unstable actually. It will be breaking. Whole philosophy will be out. Yes? It's clear? Inconsistency will not be there actually then. In the philosophy, there will be no consistency in the logic. Logical consistency will be broken. Then that's why many times what we do, instead of explaining the philosophical understanding, you'll be simply, if you don't know answer, it's Lord's Krupa. It's simply, you'll be putting a big block for the understanding, finish. Then after that, people will be in the fully confusion actually. Then what is the glory of the holy name? So that's Arthavad. Then he chance that he may think that, so one time holy name is going to destroy all the sins. Then he'll be getting doubt there also. Ajamil also he took the holy name before, but those didn't clean. But at the time of the holy name is taken, so maybe at the time of death he has focused so much, and maybe at the time of that, so he is in the position of the Dhinata. Then only that name worked and that destroyed all the sins. That means, which is not really given in the conditions when that holy name will simply destroy. But that means Dhinata is needed, this is not needed, it is not said. But you will add then. You will be adding. But holy name, even Abhasa is going to destroy. Sanketyam Parihasyam va. Even the sarcastically or even in the another way if it is taken, that is also going to destroy. But you are adding that. At the time of death, you will be in the meek position, humble position, and you are taking, that is affecting. Then there is once again wrong philosophy there. You are adding something masala. And you are de-emphasizing the glories of the holy name by putting those conditions. You think that I am nicely saying, but actually you are de-emphasizing the glory of the holy name. You are reducing. And this is also offense actually, If you explain like this is also one of the offense. You are shading the glory of holy name with the wrong concept actually. So like this, that's why we should be very here. Jiva Goswami is very clearly is clarifying the you should not even a little this much fraction of doubt you should not get on the glory of the holy name. Whatever is said, that result will come to that adhikari. To that adhikari. That means if you chant the 10 times, you'll be going to there, your 7 lives will be, whatever that said in that any Purana, anywhere about the bhakti, some glory is said. So this many names, if you take this will be get, that is true. That adhikari is going to get that result. Yeah, Mahasiva Prabhu.
So, Prabhuji, anyone who chants holy name once, his sins will be destroyed. Only thing is the aparadha will remain. Correct, no, Prabhuji?
No. When aparadha is there, so sins will not be cleaned at a time. It is going till the stage of ruchi. Sukrutota, dushkrutota, anardhas. These are all the sinful. Kleshagni. This is happening in the stages, in the various stages actually.
So aparadha will be there, then sins will not be destroyed immediately. He was not having aparadha, so his sins was destroyed immediately.
It's not that the aparadhas will be, sins will be destroyed immediately. It's no. If he has offenses and also sins, that means normal, that means due to the sinful. It's not offense, but it is a sin. So it is also one kind of anardha, and aparadha is there, then all the sins are not going by that holy name. So like it's like I explained one example for this. There is a one wooden fuel, that's a firewood. When it is wet, so when you expose that to the fire, so what it will not catch immediately the fire. That wood will not catch. So first wetness should go on slowly. It is also catching the fire. Both will be happening simultaneously. Like that, when you keep on taking the avritti, that means repeating the holy name, slowly offenses are going and also sins are going out. And you will be getting the taste, subhada. That means all the good qualities slowly manifesting.
So in case of Ajamil Prabhuji, because he was not having offenses, so then one time chanting holy name worked for him.
Yes, one is enough. That's
when someone is having sins, so he has to go to Naraka, hell. So for the devotees also, so suppose somebody actually died before removing all the sins, so he has to go to hell.
That already we discussed, na? Like example, if he has arthavada offense, he did, then he will be going. Who went? Nruga.
Actually, not arthavada, because he could not purify his sins.
But he did bhakti, you are saying. That means offenses are there. He didn't clarify.
Devotee must not go to hell.
Yeah, that is true. When? Devotee will not go to hell when? If he has no, that means some offenses will take you to hell.
Offense will be, because offense, it will take lots of lives maybe. But devotee, Lord is also saying that Lord will give.
Nruga went or not, you tell me. Nruga is such a pious king, but he considered the glories of he is devotee also. He is himself saying, Tava Bhaktasya, he is saying, I am your devotee. But what is the problem? But he is being a devotee also, he is doing karma kanda like our devotees. What? Anyway, Krishna is there, and I will keep my deities. That means devatas. This village devata, that devata, all devatas also they keep, and they will worship. It is offense actually. It's a serious offense. After hearing the glories of the holy name, after hearing the glories of the bhakti, still you have faith on others and other processes, and you are worshipping the other demigods. Then you are seriously committing offense like Nruga. He is hearing the glories of holy. He is vidushaha. That means gnataha. That means he is shastragnaha. He knows the shastra. Then after that also he is doing bhakti and also doing the yajna karma. That means he is undermining the glories of the bhakti. That means his faith is not resolute. That means absolute. Then that's why he went to hell.
In case of brahmachari, he is a sincere chanter.
He is asking, he is bargaining me.
No, Prabhu, actually, I want to clear.
You are asking, what about me? You can ask directly then. Whether I will go to hell.
Yes, yes, like
First he
that.
said one, and after he read this. Okay. Maase bro. Yeah.
Prabhuji, Prabhupada has also said, na, Neha Vikramanasa Asti, that they will not devotees, at least those who has surrendered. Like, what do you understand that who has accepted Sri Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead and he surrendered his life, not like he's also worshipping Devatas and all. So they will not even glide to animal kingdom. Neha Vikramanasa Asti. Pratyavayo na vidyate.
Yes, bro. That's true. If provided certain so and so offenses are not there.
Okay.
Otherwise, they also should go.
And one offense you said is like not accepting Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Devatas he's worshipping, he was worshipping.
Example is in Ruga. King Ruga went. Yes.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
in our general life, we see many people having the name like Krishna, Gopal, kind of even materialistic people. But they are also sinful people. Suppose in my locality also there. So, like if their family member, even we are calling them, "Oh Krishna, come here," like this.
Yes, yes.
So
That is also considered as bhakti. That means that's counted actually. That's abhasa. That means without relating the person Krishna, so just as an indicator to call someone, if it is done, then it's abhasa bhakti. Then it's not the really bhakti, it's a reflection of the bhakti, semblance of the bhakti. That is also adding, increasing his count. That is destroying his sins. That's a good to keep the holy names for the places, for the people, even for this virus, this coronavirus. Omicron, instead of name of Omicron, something Krishna's name they should take. Then everyone will be chanting, and whole world might be delivered by that. Omicron, Omicron, Omicron. Urukrama, yeah, very nice, Urukrama. Yeah, it's good name actually, really. Urukrama. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll discuss remaining things tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.